intervened on.
Hello, friend. I am your hostess, Jacqui. Sit back and try to relax, which might be more of a challenge than usual, because our topic today is fears. But you won't be the one freaking out. That is my journey. And I'm so glad you are joining me today. Hey, don't forget you can subscribe to Jacqui Just Chatters on your favorite podcast medium. You can also find Jacqui Just Chatters on YouTube if that's your jam. My regular episodes come out every other Thursday. And I would love it if you left me a review and some of those stars. Do you have any fears? I mean, like real phobias. I do. I suffer from claustrophobia. Small spaces, they make me break out into a sweat. Like a lot of us, during COVID, my fear button was pressed a lot. Then struggling with a couple surgeries and their challenging recoveries, the fear trigger in me is a very real thing. But so is my desire to not give in to it. I keep trying to push myself to do things I am not comfortable with. Usually they are small things. But recently I was given the opportunity to confront a mega one on a giant scale. My husband and I were traveling down to St. Louis, Missouri. I heard a lot about the iconic arch, that you gotta go see it. But it is also a slow trip up an elevator, basically a box with no escape to get up to the top. And yeah, that's fear triggering for me. But I made up my mind. I was going to do this. That I wanted to face my fear. And I did not think this was going to stop my claustrophobia. Just so we're clear. I knew I would still have claustrophobia after this. But I still wanted to push myself to do it. That I wanted to show myself how brave I could be. Even though I still had this fear, sometimes I could still overcome it. It didn't have to always be in control. And I was, oh my gosh, I was so scared that I was going to get stuck inside. And I've been trapped inside an elevator before. Yeah, my worst nightmare came true. Kevin and I were in London. I literally clawed my way out. I pried open the doors because that's what fear will do to you. So even with that nightmare in my mind, I said, nope, I'm going to do this. I am going to overcome this fear and make it happen. I made a recording of me in the car on the way down to St. Louis, and I had planned to share it with you, but the audio was awful. It was just beyond belief bad. So I'm going to just kind of fill you in a little bit here. Before going to the arch, I had made this multi-stage plan of how I was going to get through it. That no winging it. That so many times in life, I like to just go for it and see how I land, but not this. This is a phobia that I needed to know that I had a multi-stage plan to get me through it. According to the website, it would be a 4-minute ride up. I knew I had to just get through 4 minutes. My plan had me closing my eyes, pretending I was in a field or just anything. Like I just wouldn't see what was around me. Kevin and I have this name game that we can play, and we were going to do that, and that was going to distract me. And before we even get in the car, I was going to do this meditative breathing and calm me down. And the big cherry on top, an hour before we got there, I was taking a Xanax. The pill alone would not have kept me from having a panic attack. It wouldn't. It was going to take behavior modification as well. But I thought, hey, I'm going to use every tool at my disposal. So I'm taking the medication, I'm doing the meditation, I'm doing everything. So I had this multi-stage plan in hand before we arrived in St. Louis. And when we get there, we parked the car and we headed to the Arch first thing. I recorded me at the base waiting to go up. So here is me. Okay, I am at the bottom of the arch. It is really, really noisy, so I don't know if this is going to come out at all. And I'm kind of freaked out. So I'm trying to remain calm, doing a lot of self-talk, that this is exciting. Like, I really want to see this. The view is supposed to be spectacular. And I've done a lot of really unpleasant things, especially this last year. And I have managed to come through every single one of them. And, this is 4 or 5 minutes up. That's nothing. It's a piece of cake. I can totally handle that. And then I get this first class view when I get to the top. So it's all going to be okay. It's all going to be good. And I'm just going to keep repeating that until I believe it. So, all right. I will see you on the other side. So what you're hearing is a lot of self-talk to try to keep my nerves in check. Again, one of those behavior modification tools that I have. And between the breathing and the self-talk, the minutes ticked away, and finally, it was go time. They put us in a line on these stairs, and they told us to go through a door. And I didn't understand what was going on. In my brain, I was still thinking this was going to be like a big elevator with a bunch of people in there going up. I was wrong. It's a little 4-foot door kind of hatch that opened up first, which that freaked me out because you have to like squeeze your way in. And once the hatch opened up, inside looked like the freaking escape pod that R2-D2 and C-3PO used to get away with the plans in Star Wars. It was a tiny capsule. I was not prepared for that. It was not at all what I thought it was going to be. And I completely seriously thought about running away at that moment. I'm like, okay, we can go. This isn't what we thought. We can bail. We can totally bail. But I didn't want to bail. Well, that's not true. I did. I really wanted to bail. But I also wanted to do this, to prove that I could do this horrible, uncomfortable thing. And I told myself, I'm like, hey, it's only 4 minutes. It's only 4 minutes. You're not going to die. So I forced myself through the little 4-foot opening, got into the little box, and up we went. I started with the name game. Then I remembered that I had all these funny audio clips on my phone. And since Kevin and I were the only ones in this little capsule, I didn't have to worry about bothering anyone. So I gave Kevin my phone and told him to start playing them. I couldn't do it myself because, of course, my eyes were still completely shut. But we listened to them on the way up. And so now I have my eyes closed. I'm holding his hand. And we're laughing. And that really helped ease a lot of the stress. And before I knew it, we'd stopped. The doors were open. We were at the top. And I was getting out of the box. And I was at the apex of the arch. And I got to see the view. And it was pretty good. The city looked really nice. That was definitely the best part. The river, It's a brown river and it's a working river, so I'm not going to say it's like the most beautiful thing out there, but the city was lovely. Downside, the windows are kind of small and there's a lot of people crowding around them to try to look out them. I did take a few photos. I will post them over on my Facebook page so you guys can take a look and see what I saw. They only let you up there for like 10 minutes and then you are back on the stairs, into the box, and on your way down. Now, of course, since it was just Kev and I in our individual little capsule box, I decided to record my thoughts and feelings on the journey down. And here that is. Well, I made it to the top. The little container that's like a submarine from hell that they send you up and down. I did it. I closed my eyes all the way up. Kevin and I played a game and then we listened to some funny stuff because it's just us in one little container. So we could just do whatever we wanted. And that was good. Actually, it was over a lot faster than I thought. And then he told me that, hey, they show you like the stairwell up and down. And so you can see out and that you're not like totally blocked in. So that's what I'm doing. We are on our way down right now and I'm seeing the guts of the arch. And I'm seeing the stairs and the bracing, and it's just pretty cool. That sounds not bad. That's better. That's better than, and I can look out the window and not look at this tiny ass little container that they put you in, and it's like a hobbit hole from hell.
There are 5 chairs, but they have to be very, very thin adults or very small children.
Yes, it's made for like preschoolers, and but I'm doing it, and it didn't feel like 4 minutes going up. It felt like really like 2 or 3. So we got 3 minutes down.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to feel like 2 minutes. But I did it. I made it all the way up, and it was waving and shaking because of the wind, and we're arriving. So I'm going to have to end this right now. I will touch base with you guys later. Thank you so much for joining me. I can't believe I did it. I'm Wonder Woman today. I get my gold star badge of bravery. I did something that absolutely scared the crap out of me. So maybe you can do something that scares the crap out of you too. All right, take care. I did feel a bit like a superhero. Facing a fear and forging ahead is a very hard thing to do. As I said earlier, my claustrophobia is not cured. I still hate small spaces. However, I have more confidence in my ability to handle small challenges. I do feel braver, stronger. Though don't expect me to be running out to do another fear challenge anytime soon. They take a lot out of you. If you ask me if I have any regrets about going to the top of the arch, I do not. I'm very proud of myself. And how could I regret that? Thank you for joining me on this adventure. If you have any stories about facing your fears, I would love to hear that inspiration. Head over to my Jacqui Lens author page and share. I'll leave a link in the description. I hope you will join me for my next regular episode when I celebrate acts of kindness for Thanksgiving. Until then, I wish you well.